Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Zymax, and I'm your chief show attendant. On behalf of the two hosts and the rest of the crew, welcome aboard Weird Wednesday Flight number 13, non-stop, from your current location to parts unknown. Our flight will be of about 2 hours, and we'll be flying at the speed of sound. At this time, make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position, and that your seat belt is currently fastened. Enjoy the ride.
What's happening? How's it going, everybody? Welcome to a Weird Wednesday. What's up, Jamie?
What's up? What's up?
I don't want to jinx it, but yeah, I think this is the first time we ever started the show and didn't have like some kind of epic failure.
I know. Well, day's been good.
Sound works, audio, video, everything was working. And I just probably cursed it.
Yeah.
It's probably just going to blow up now, but at least we had a good start. How's everybody been doing this strange, weird week? I've been checking out a couple of other video streaming platforms. I've been watching this guy on the old YouTube, and he recommends a few of them. I can't think of the name of them right now, but I was checking it out the other day, and it looks pretty cool. It's about the same price as what Restream is right here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm still. We're just paying by the month on this right now to try it out, but yeah, I may try a month out with the other one just to compare the two and make a decision on which one to get.
It's not a bad idea.
This one works pretty good when everything's still have like a few just weird random things that like don't work, which is okay, as long as they update things and fix them.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, it seems to run pretty stable. But yeah, I wouldn't mind checking out another one or two. And I think they're like the same price, even. So could just use the free version, which would be a lot cheaper, but you don't have as many features, can't broadcast to as many different platforms, can't share broadcasting with like Jamie, so she couldn't broadcast to her channel or anything. So, paying for it, it's not that expensive, but, right at $20 a month.
Oh wow, yeah, because those are things we don't like really need. It's just cool, like features that like come with it.
Yeah.
But I'm all cool with
Yeah. Still in
the,
shock
the
of
basics.
losing Ozzy, Heather says. Yeah, man, that was woke up the other morning and that was like the first thing I saw, and I'm like, oh, this is some fake ass news. They've been trying to kill him for the last couple years, and I'm like, oh,
The
this is freaking.
first thing I went and looked it up.
Yeah. I went and checked another site and it said the same thing. Then I went to his website and there was nothing on the website that morning, and I'm like, So then I went to the Facebook page and the announcement was there, and I'm like, okay, this is the official Facebook page. So unless somebody hacked that, this must be real. And then, you get that kind of sickening feeling. Yeah,
I
man,
feel
it's
bad for Sharon, like the kids and Sharon. I mean, everybody who has a family member die, it's hard.
oh
And,
yeah,
maybe we feel a little invested in them because, but I think it's like my mom was saying too, because she would watch all the road trips that the kids, Jack and Kelly would take Ozzy on after a while, and
yeah,
uh, Jack's gun things, and the paranormal stuff. And they're probably going to be really glad they did all that with him when they look back.
yeah.
But poor Sharon, man.
Yeah, I mean, there's that part of you that it's coming, but then you think, everybody thinks they're ready, but you're not, and it sucks. I mean, it's something that happens every day
Hmm.
people die every day. And I mean, we've all lost people that, family members, friends, whatever. And it's like, you're never ready for it. Even like my mom, I mean, I knew there towards the end that, it was getting towards the end, and still you're like, oh shit, really? Part of you is kind of accepting because they're not in the condition that they were anymore, and you just have faith that they've moved on to, to heaven, to whatever you believe in, you know, and they're not like suffering anymore. So maybe, that gives you some peace, but it still sucks. It's been several years since my mom died now, and I'll find myself like, oh, I want to call my mom and tell her that, or ask her that, or whatever. And I'm like, wait a minute, can't really do that.
It's been like over 10 years for my dad, and I still get those like urges to.
Yeah. Shit, my biological dad died when I was 4, and I mean, technically, I mean, really, I didn't really know him that well because, when you're 2, 3, you don't really start remembering stuff until you hit that like 4 years old range. So I remember a few things, but shit, I mean, that's been a long time ago. And I still go to the cemetery and get all emotional over it. Sucks. I don't think you ever get over losing a pet or a person or anything like that. You just deal with it, you know. You
And
just
time makes
learn
it
to-
like it never goes away.
no, no. Time just smooths it over a little bit. You
And
just
then you just become more and more aware they're really not coming back.
yeah,
Even if they come to you in your dreams and all this other stuff, and you still, it's like they're not going to come back through the door.
yeah.
never am I going to walk in and he's going to be sitting on the edge of the couch throwing something at me
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Here's
or
there.
asking if I want a burrito.
Yep. Just
My mom's like, maybe he's having a beer with Ozzy.
yeah, you never know. I mean, yeah, if you want to go that route, it's a pretty hell of a good super band going on right there. Got Ozzy, Lemmy, Eddie Van Halen. I mean, there's some
Mm-hmm.
David Bowie. There's a group, Tom Petty. They could put a hell of a band together. Hmm. But yeah, that was, I watched this, farewell tour show. It wasn't really a tour, but show. And I mean, you could tell he was kind of struggling there at the end. And just wild that he had that show, and 10 days later, 12 days later, he's like gone. I don't know. They haven't gave a final, determination of how he died. What was the cause or whatever. I mean, Parkinson's in itself doesn't kill you. Complications from it can. But I
Mm-hmm.
mean, look at Michael J. Fox. He's like just gotten worse over the years, but he's still rolling. I like that picture though of the Grim Reaper, and he's like at one of those claw machines, and he's like, "Damn it, I don't think Keith Richards is even in here."
Oh, I didn't see that one.
It's like Keith Richards and Mick Jagger. I think they're gonna outlive all the rock stars. Another person that's not really doing that great is Willie Nelson. He's 92 or 93 now, and he had to cancel his last performances. And his son's like taking a lot of the gigs now. But yeah, I was gonna try to go see him when he came back here. He does like the Willie and Friends tour. Who knows who will be on stage? But yeah, that's all been canceled. So he's like BB King. He's always said he's just gonna tour until he's gonna be on the road until he can't be on the road. That's pretty much what BB King did. He was on the road, on the road, on the road. Oh, BB King's died. Not on the road anymore. What's up, Bionic Barry? Yeah, I saw something. Somebody said something the other day about, when Ozzy passed. They're like, oh, we also lost Oprah Winfrey today. And I was like, what? I think that's bullshit. And I looked it up, and yeah, it wasn't true.
Plus, I read something saying, oh, she's going to move out of USA too. I'm like, yeah, yeah, before I even stopped to look it up. I'm like, well, I think Oprah's ass is out too. And I looked it up, and it's like, no, she didn't say anything about it.
Yeah. Yeah, Bionic. I don't know if he went to Switzerland, but I mean, I don't. He was in Birmingham, England, so don't know if I'd rule that out. But I mean, dude lived a hell of a life. He did shit that
Oh
would
my
probably
God.
have killed any of us like years ago. So, you
And
know.
like his life and upbringing and everything, man.
Yeah.
He lived every minute of his life, even when he didn't seem like he knew where he was at.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
he's definitely a legend.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there's still kids. There's kids that nowadays wear the old, not the old, but the Walmart brand Appetite for Destruction t-shirts, the Nirvana t-shirts, all that. Don't even know like a Guns N' Roses song or a Metallica song. But these kids do know Ozzy Osbourne and Black Sabbath. Like,
Yeah.
you ask them name a song, they know a song. So our ages, like I was 5 listening to my dad's 8-track in the garage of like Black Sabbath, because I didn't do the Disney records. um he got me onto all that, and my dad and his age listening to it, and then like generations continue to go to his concerts and love him
Yeah.
and know who he is.
Yep.
There aren't many people like that left,
Yeah. Exactly.
or even out there that are so like larger than life like that.
Yeah. It's weird. I mean, like I think every time it happens, I'm like, damn, we lost another one. It's like not every, but a lot of, you know, the whatever you want to call them, rock stars, rock icons, whatever that we grew up with. Man, we've lost a lot of them. You know, Petty, Bowie, Eddie Van Halen. It's like, wow. I mean, you know, everybody dies, but this you don't, like Tom Petty, David Bowie. It's like those guys can't
And
die.
Prince and
I'm still in denial of those two. Yeah,
mhm.
but
I've never posted about a celebrity's death because it's like, people die. It's that time people die, unless it's like something way crazy, but still, I don't really talk about people's deaths. And everything's going to be flooded with that celebrity's death anyway. So it's like, what's my point in saying, like, so and so died, because everyone's going to say it. But I seen it within like 15 minutes of it going on, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I wanted to post that. And I'm like, okay, by the end of the day, everything's going to be flooded with Ozzy, but it's like, he is someone that I just have to post and say something. And I
yeah,
think that's the only celebrity death I have actually made a post about.
yeah,
And then I dedicated his song "See You on the Other Side" in comments.
yeah, yeah. It's a trip. I got a friend that he lives out around Nevada or somewhere out there now. This dude right here, who knows? He could be in here at any given time. This dude on the end right here. When I first met him, he's living here in St. Augustine, and when I first met him, that's him. That's Mike Henson, which was one of the guys in Endless Summer. That's my friend Tori that owns the surf shop here. But this dude Terry. When I first met him, he was telling me all about, oh yeah, I know so and so, and oh yeah, and I said something about hot rods. Oh yeah, I used to have a hot rod. I've had several, and he's one of those guys that just has had and done everything. And I'm thinking, this guy's so full of shit, you know. And he told me, he's like, yeah, when I was playing with Ozzy, and I was like, wait, what? Well, he started showing me pictures. He's like, he just went and got photo albums, and yeah, I mean, he's got all these hot rod low riders. I said something about a band. We were playing Tommy Two Tone song. He was like, "Oh yeah, I used to play bass in that band." Sure enough, if you look at the credits on the newest Tommy Two Tone, he's on there. There's Ozzy. He's got a story about Ozzy that I was reading, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago.
God, boo.
There it is with Steve Jones. The dude has been like in all these bands, played with all these people, played with a lot of people from Guns N' Roses and just all kinds of stuff. And, like I say, when I first met him, I was like, this guy is so full of crap.
Really?
No, he's like busting out all these pictures and everything. I'm like, I'll be damned.
He gave the receipts.
Yep. And
pictures were didn't happen.
Like Tommy Two Tone, he's got a new album out, and I went and looked it up the other day, and giving credit to players on the album, and there's Terry's name. I'm like, son of a bitch. So yeah, we played Jenny. So one of these days when he's back in town and he comes to my show, I'm like, okay, dude, here's your song. you gotta get up here and take my bass and play it.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
I think I said hi to everybody. Oh, the beaut.
Says hi too. Hi.
Hi. Todd's in the house.
What's
Todd
up?
needs to come on and play with us sometime. Damn it.
Yeah, that shark tooth that I posted, that when Todd was in town, not last time, but time before.
I was so confused by that shit. I'm like, wait, what? And then it was like pieces of information was coming all over. Like, I'm like, sentences up here, then sentences down here, then a picture. I'm like, what are they doing to me?
Yeah. I was looking at your replies
That's
and I'm like,
Rob's hand.
Yeah, I think Jamie's getting everything here. But yeah, we went inland and went to a creek and found some shark's teeth. We didn't find any big, meg teeth or anything. But yeah, my buddy, he called me up or texted me a couple of weeks ago, and he was like, "Hey, where should I take the kids and go shark tooth hunting?" And I was like, "Well, you can go here or there, some places around here." And he's like, "Well, I was thinking about going inland, to some of the creeks that you've been to." And I was like, "Oh yeah, well, if you want to do that." And I told him about the place that we went, and I said, you can take a tour with Mudslingers is the name of the company. So it's like $50 or $60 a person, and it's well worth it because they teach you a lot. And, then once you go, you can go on your own. And
so you can go there by yourself without it. That's not like their claim or anything.
No, they're public places. So.
Oh.
But yeah, I don't know if I'm assuming, I didn't ask him if he went on a tour. I'm assuming he did because he knew all the names of the teeth. And I don't know, maybe his kids know because they're really into it researching wise. But yeah, he's like, dude, the first time he went, he found teeth like what we found. He went back the next week. He's like, man, I'm totally like obsessed with this now. I'm like, yeah, it'll get you. It's definitely addictive. And he's like, dude, we scored this trip. And yeah, showed me the pictures that I showed you guys. And I was like, holy crap, now I'm jealous.
Like the long one for a split second, I'm like, not a T-Rex. Because the T-Rex teeth are different, but sometimes they will be black, even though they're different colors.
Yeah,
that one's kind of long and skinny, but I'm like, maybe it's like a back tooth of a megalodon, like of a big shark. Because why is it so long?
Well, it was a megalodon tooth that apparently some Native American or something found it, who knows when, and turned it into an arrowhead or a spearhead.
Oh, is that why it was like that? The one where the guy was holding it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm like, why does it look like that?
Yeah, that would be an epic, like a super rare
I
find.
thought it was like an arrowhead when I first saw. I thought you found an arrowhead, and I'm like, but that's not your hand.
I
And
wish.
then Todd says like, "Oh wow," or something, and so then I thought the other picture was yours. I'm like, and so I started looking at prices and stuff, and I'm like, "Wait, that's not yours either." And
Yeah,
you're like, "I didn't post mine."
yeah, yeah. I've got a big one. It's in there on my.
That's what she said.
Oh, yeah, I've got it. Some big ones. So, yeah, it's in there on my shelf with all my crystals, and it's pretty good size.
Who's buying land?
I wish I was. I would like to have about 30 acres.
What's Todd? He says, "Look what Todd said." IE buying land. Who's IE? Is that supposed to be I'm?
Ah, cool.
Can
Puna
I live
Gorda.
along the riverbanks?
Ah, Peace River, man. I'll be at your doorstep all the time if you're over by the Peace River.
I'll be quiet. I'll just be sleeping under rocks and bathing in the creeks and
Although
looking
Punta Gorda
for.
does get hammered every now and again by hurricanes. It is right in the middle of Hurricane Alley. But
Oh,
hey, at least you won't be getting pelted by blizzards up there where you live. You'll just be getting. Good God, it's been hot here. How hot has it been down by your house, Debbie? It was hotter than Satan's anus here in the last few days. It was miserable. I haven't even gone outside. Like, take the trash out and went for a couple of runs in the car. Other than that, I've been doing stuff inside the last few days. It's just been too miserable. You know, when it's too hot to even go fishing at 6 o'clock in the morning. I was up the other morning super early and I went outside, let the dog out, and it was like not even 7 o'clock and it was already 82 degrees. I'm like, jeez, man, this just sucks. Way too early. We usually
way too hot.
we don't get that kind of heat until like the last few weeks of August. There's usually 3 weeks that I don't play disc golf or anything because it's just too freaking miserable. But yeah, it has reared its ugly head early this year. Today it was a little cooler than it's been, but it was overcast and like thunder and stuff this morning, and it rained a little bit during the night, so it was just that steamy Florida swamp ass humid like you just go outside and you don't even move and you're just standing there sweating like just like crazy. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I guess it's not just here that it's humid. But yeah, that would be an expensive 30 acres here in Florida. Everything's expensive here now. But yeah, man, property over there along the Peace River would be crazy. They find a lot of cool stuff there.
I see a lot of cool things on like the Michigan. Oh, I still have my tab open on Facebook. I love that. I hate commercials, but there's a commercial that I absolutely love. And it's where they have the motorcycle riders and they're like, we ride with Lucky Charms. And one guy had a bell, and then another lady had like a lucky rabbit's foot, and then another guy had something, and another guy, he's like from Sweden. I've got a lucky rabbit. His name is Foot, and they're like, is anybody concerned that so and so has a full rabbit? He's like, his name is Food. But it's so funny. I laugh every single time.
And Barry says it was cool there. It was only 99 and 102. Good God, I'd die.
Yeah.
It's been damn close to that, though. It's been in upper 90s here. And upper
Yeah.
90s and humid. Like, you're just breathing like hot water. You go outside. You know it's hot when you go jump in the ocean and you're standing in the ocean and you're sweating.
No.
Oh, yeah. Freaking water's like 90 and the air
Like
is 90 something.
like humid, sticky too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you just never dry off at all. You know, and at first, when you first get in the water, it's like a little bit cooler because it's like 97 on the beach, the temperature. So the water's like 89 or 90. So at first, it feels good. But then when you get in it, you realize this is like bath water. Yeah, last time I was out in my kayak, I was looking at my fish finder and it was reading 88, 89. And my fish finder, the transducer, is inside the hull of my kayak, so it's shooting through, the hull. So that makes the water degree like off by a degree or two. So if it's saying 89, I'm thinking the water's probably 90 or 91. It was freaking miserable. I'm like catching a couple fish and I pull them in and I'm like, they're all warm.
Ew.
Warm and slippery.
And you have that hot fishy smell on your hands.
Yeah. Yeah, it could be man-made climate change. I know that's a thing. They talk about climate change like it's just happening, but yeah, I think there's some people helping it along.
The not the RAP, the EPA is now crumbling the house of cards down on the whole crisis thing. I got something I'll show you later, but it's a big win.
Yeah.
That basically all this carbon stuff they've been trying to tell us and blah 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 blah, it's out that it's been BS. So.
Oh yeah, yeah, and we all knew it.
And that's why all this alien stuff's coming out now. It's like, okay, the world's like learning the truth for real. So again, fetch out the aliens.
Yeah. But yet, even though they admit it, they still, if you say anything about it on social media, it's like, oh, you're spreading misinformation. I'm like, no, not really. You're censoring information is what's happening.
I have a video. I didn't post it. Well, I sent it to myself. I was looking for videos or articles for today. And so scrolling up to some past, ones. And I noticed a whole bunch of posts I sent to myself have that black cover on it saying, click to view, whatever, like where they censor so you can't see it. There's about 6 or 7. Well, each one I click was a different flood related thing.
Yeah.
So that was all in the time where I was sending myself stuff out the flood so I could read it later. But it's like, why? And one of it was like a map showing where it was. One of it was like news articles about it from like actual news agencies. Why are they covering it up like that?
Yeah.
I just thought that was weird.
Yeah. Yeah, Debbie says they found a unicorn skeleton in Iowa. I saw something about that.
And they, I guess, I can't remember what country, but another sphere was found.
I saw a thing today, from the first moon landing. I was looking at that footage and it's like, the way I don't know, man. I think it's all bullshit. Just the way the dude is, he's like supposedly floating and has the cord connected to him. But if you're floating in space, you're not going to be rocking like you're hanging from a cable. And he's like, you can clearly see, he's like, when he goes to move, he's like rocking. And I'm like, damn, I smell some bullshit here. I don't know. Well, speaking of bullshit, yeah, that whole moon thing, man, I can go fully down the rabbit hole on that. Don't get me started. People think I'm crazy.
God has such a cute kitty.
Former Area 51 workers claim colleagues killed by invisible enemy.
Our little boxes went away again.
What's that?
Our little boxes.
Oh. Like a little box.
It's our little boxes.
So yeah, this is U.S. Air Force veterans have claimed that they were unknowingly exposed to radiation while working at the facility. You don't say. According to the group, hundreds of workers who were once stationed at the Nevada Test and Training Range, NTTR, a highly restricted region of the desert, which is also home to the secretive Area 51 that exists, but it doesn't exist, have since died of serious illnesses caused by exposure or high levels of radiation. Dead men tell no tales, so they say. Nuclear testing during the 1970s is thought to be primarily responsible. Despite the risk, a 1975 report from the U.S. Energy Research and Development Administration allegedly concluded that it would be against the national interest to put a stop to the work being conducted at the site. Compounding the frustration of those impacted by radiation exposure at the site, the U.S. Department of Veteran Affairs is reportedly declining to provide medical coverage. This is because owning to the classified nature of the operations conducted there, all relevant official records remain restricted and sufficient evidence of exposure cannot be provided. David Crete, a former Air Force sergeant who worked at the site in the 1980s, maintains that over 490 of his colleagues have since died and that he too is suffering from various health complications. Even today, much of what these men did at the site remains classified. It's just a matter of betrayal, veteran Mike Nimnick told News Nation. These folks knew, and they purposely kept it quiet because it was more beneficial to them not to tell us. What can you say? Working on top secret information, I get, they can't tell you we can't tell the public what they're working on. But, if there's 490 people died that used to work there, there's something happening to them. It's not just a coincidence. But, there again, the government's going to say, hey, we don't know anything about that project. So how could there be anybody that worked here? I still like the shirt, with Bob Lazar standing on it going, told you so.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to get one of those.
You do. Everything's been acting all wacky, and it's not Mercury.
Oh, man. It's one thing I don't understand about this restream is I'll just go to move the window, and instead of moving, it just like opens up full screen, blocks everything else. Oh, you son of a turd knuckle. Quit doing that. my boat.
They had a taco buffet. So this was when I just typed in UFO, came up. And we have a little YouTube.
There's a lot of strange stuff going down in Brazil over the last few years.
Brazil is a pretty trippy place. You notice that?
Yep. Isn't that where they had the whatever, the face peelers or whatever?
I think so. Yes, right?
Yeah.
I think so.
The government was saying, "Oh no, that's not anything like that. That's gang members that are stealing, gold and stuff, and they're just
Like the
scared."
people coming up on wetsuits or whatever.
Yeah.
And they have so many, like, I've always wanted to go there just because, like, the most richest, purplest amethyst I've ever seen is always like Brazil.
Yep.
And there's just a plethora of minerals that comes from there. And when I used to watch that TV show, I think her name was Becky, Find Cash and Treasures with that blonde lady. I think she went, it was Brazil. A lot of times she would go for specific stones, and she would always get like a really special one and have it appraised and have it cut. And she ends up with this like totally awesome collection of stuff. But were UFOs discovered in Brazil? Battling footage raises questions. As the readers know, I am a UFO fanatic. Things that can't be properly explained fascinate the hell out of me. This is the person writing the article. In fact, the fact that you're reading this probably means you feel the exact same way. What is up in the sky? Am I reading the wrong article? Because I had to. What has been captured on video? Aliens, drones, military technology? We have no idea, but we now have more video to analyze. I think I may have opened the wrong. I think I did open the wrong.
Wrong hole, wrong hole.
Wrong hole. The objects have been spotted going back and forth. Oh. CNN Brazil reported that odd things were captured on video in the sky over Sao Pedro earlier in July, and it's reportedly not the first time the objects have been spotted. The objects have been spotted going back to 2024. It's quiet here, and that's not very long. It's quiet here. There's no airplane noise. I also thought it might suddenly be a rural drone. I can't understand how far away the lights, are. But the fact is, they appear and leave us wondering. One resident in the area told the outlet, "You can check the footage below and let him know your thoughts. Generally speaking, my first inclination is to believe stuff of this nature is drones. However, those objects appear at way too high of an altitude to be drones. The next option on the list would be military gear. The problem is that Brazil's military has no advanced aircraft, such as fourth, fifth, or sixth generation fighter jets. Brazil's military equipment is decades behind what the U.S. can put in the air, known to the public or not. It's also not close to the most advanced aircraft the Chinese can produce, which are still way behind America's. I think we can safely rule out hobby drones and highly advanced military equipment. That leaves planes. However, that seems unlikely due to the objects seemingly remaining mostly stationary. So, what's the answer? I don't have a damn clue. It's that simple. Do you have a good theory? And he says to let him know. So let's take a look at his video and see what we think.
Yeah, that one just like disappeared.
Yeah, it just like shuts off.
One that was right over here. There it is again. It's moving at this point. Yeah, I don't know. You think drones, but I don't think that's drones. And drones can sit stationary, but I have a couple of high dollar drones that they have lights on them, but when they're that far away, the light is not that bright on them like that. You know, they have navigational lights because they are technically an aircraft, so they have to be marked like that. But yeah, they're not. I mean, that's pretty long ways away, and you wouldn't see them that bright if they were, consumer type drones or hobby drones. Maybe if they're big, giant commercial drones, perhaps, but I don't know. I mean, I've seen some drones here that when all that drone thing was happening, 6 months ago or whatever, whenever it was, I was coming home one night and I was out in BFE and I'm cruising and I just looked up in the window of the car and I got it on video with my phone. I somehow got like 8 seconds of it. And it was clearly, I mean, I could see it. I could see more than just the lights on it. It was a big drone, like, big as a Volkswagen Bug or something. I mean, it was a big drone. And I've seen some big ones before. She said, but not as big as this one. This one was definitely bigger than the big ones that I've seen.
Oh, shoot.
It was very bulbous and large.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Bulbous.
I looked out, my windshield. I just saw the lights in the corner of my eye, and like I was saying, where I was at, there was no street lights or anything. I was out in like the country, in BFE and potato field land, and I was out by the county dump, and I saw the lights out of the corner of my eye, and I was looking, and there was a few trees and stuff, and then I saw it like come out and I'm like, holy hell, man, that thing's huge. And it wasn't that high up. I mean, I could actually see it. It wasn't like I was just seeing some lights in the sky. There were lights on it and it was close enough that the lights that were on it were somewhat illuminating the drone itself. And it was big. I mean, I was driving a Kia Soul and I would say it was as big as my car.
Damn.
It was big. And out there, I don't know, I know there's a county or a sheriff or police drone or something that cruises the beach up and down the coast at night. I've seen it. I was out on the pier one night and I hear this noise and I'm like, holy hell, there's a big drone, and These two old guys, oh yeah, that thing comes out here every night. It'll come out to the end of the pier, sit here for a minute, and then it heads north. And sure enough, that's what it did. But it wasn't. It was big, but like big, I'm saying maybe 3 or 4 feet. It wasn't like as big as a car. It was bigger than the drones I have by far. But yeah, it was probably 4 feet, maybe. I don't know. Wingspanish. Yeah, like commercial drones that they use for filming movies and stuff. I mean, they get 4 foot, 6 foot, 8 foot wingspan. But yeah, when they start getting bigger than that, I don't know what exactly they're used for. And the company that the drones that I have are from, they make some bigger ones like for shooting movies and stuff. A lot of people use the bigger ones for like real estate jobs, when they got to go up and like shoot houses or property or whatever. But I don't know. The other thing is that other time I was out at the beach and I saw lights similar to this, except there was like 4 or 5 of them. They were orange and they were kind of in a line. And me and my friend were sitting there in the car, just like, I was just bewildered. And I'm sitting there holding the phone. Did I think to take a video or a picture? No, it like is that in itself is almost weirder than seeing the lights. It's like, why didn't I take a picture? Why didn't I take any video? I was sitting there holding my phone. If I wasn't holding it, it was within an arm's reach away, a foot or two away from me.
But were you like totally stunned or like?
Not really. No. I was just, we were just sitting there talking. We'd been moving a bunch of stuff and yeah, I just looked up and I was like, what the hell is that? And I never, like, it's almost like the thought of taking a picture or a video of it had just been like erased out of my mind. Never did I once think about taking a picture or video of it. And I sat there and watched it for probably 10 minutes. I mean, it wasn't just like a couple of seconds.
Because sometimes you're like so immersed in just wanting to watch and not take your eyes off of it. Because whenever I take my eyes off of something to like grab my phone, that's where I lose it or the best part's gone. It's like, damn it, I don't have it on tape. And I don't have it on tape. I don't have it on video. And I don't have it in my head. So, boom.
You hear all those stories of people that do see whatever, call them UFOs. They're unidentified. You know what the hell they are. So technically it's a UFO. But like Terry Lovelace, they saw that thing, when they were out there camping, and he said they drove home, him and his friend, and they didn't even talk about it. They didn't even talk about it, or take pictures of it or anything. And it was like that. I mean, you think you'd be like, holy shit, what did we just see? And you'd be talking about it the whole way home. And he said they neither one of them like even mentioned it. It's like, how does that happen? Why does that happen? It's like they don't want you to take pictures of them or something. And so they, I don't know, mind meld you into making you forget you have a camera in your hand.
Or when you do, it's like blurry AF.
Yeah. Even the video that I got, I mean, I'm driving, and I'm shooting it through my windshield, and I got like 8 seconds, and it's blurry, but you can see the lights there for just a minute. Well, just a few seconds. But I know what I saw. I saw it for more than a few seconds. But by the time I got my phone and got the camera up, it had gone behind the trees, and I lost it, like between trying to film it and trying not to drive off the side of the road in the ditch.
Ooh.
But there's some good places out there. When I lived out there, sometimes if I was coming home at night, I would just pull off on the side of the road and just, like pitch black. You don't see a street light for miles, and it's like potato field country out there. So it's all flat and dark as a dungeon, and the sky is just lit up like a Christmas tree. It's an awesome place to sky watch. There's another place out here on the beach that is another epic place to go. It's down around Matanzas Inlet. That's also a great place to go to watch like rocket launches and stuff. Because again, down there it's like black, no lights anywhere. yeah, that's what I'm saying, is Ariana. It's like driving and I'm looking up trying to film something, and on this road that I'm on, it's potato fields out there, so the ditches are like drainage ditches, and they're like 10 feet 12 feet deep, so you don't want to drive in one of them. You could like flip your car and drown in it, and nobody would find you for like 3 days. Police would be getting a call from some old potato farm. I think there's a car done flipped in the ditch out here. You might want to bring a hearse. So, speaking of UFOs and Area 51 and all that crazy nonsense, there's this happening. Boom. Massive fire near Area 51 ignites UFO tourism furor, sparks conspiracy buzz, and raises alarm for Nevada travel industry. New update you need to know. Do you now? Yeah, you got a good area. You're not too terribly far from where they shoot the space vehicles up there.
Yeah.
Down where Debbie lives. Oh, this one says the black smoke and flames now dominate the landscape around America's most famous secret base. It's a secret, don't tell anybody. Something is stirring in the Nevada desert, and it isn't a reverse engineered alien spacecraft. Firefighters in the state are currently battling a major wildfire that began on July 4th and has since spread from an initial 8,000 acres to a staggering 35,000 acres, dominating the desert landscape with thick plumes of black smoke that can be seen from miles around. The blaze was thought to have been spread by a combination of high winds. It's always high winds. And particularly dry conditions, and it is now perilously close to the borders of the Area 51 base. It's not just the base itself that's under threat, either, as local businesses which rely on UFO tourism, such as those in the small town of Rachel, could also be impacted by the blaze. The infamous extraterrestrial highway has become quite perilous, with tourists who have already ventured to the area being unable to travel any closer to the base in fear of being cut off by the fire. Despite the seriousness of the situation, however, the blaze has managed to reignite interest in Area 51 mystery as UFO enthusiasts around the world keep up to date with what's happening. In all likelihood, the fire won't actually reach the base itself, but so far the surrounding towns are safe. So far. Once the fire is under control, will they get it under control? 8,000 to 35,000 acres. Somehow they haven't got it under control yet. UFO tourism in the region will likely continue to thrive. So who knows? That's kind of what's weird. Like, I could see that fire like up in the hills and the mountains, but a lot of that desert, yeah, it's dry and it's just tumbleweeds and weeds and shit. That's a lot of fire for a flat desert tumbleweed looking area. That's like a lot. And I've seen other pictures supposedly of the same fire that, it's like blazing. I mean, that's a pretty intense brush fire. I don't know. Do weeds burn that well?
I don't know. Oh, see, our little boxes disappeared again. It's like every time you change from the videos to the stuff. That's what I liked about StreamYard right there. Was everything like would always go back. You didn't have to like reset up your whole thing every single time you switched.
Yeah. But yeah, that's a pretty hefty fire for a desert fire. I don't know. Seems a little sus. Like the town of Rachel where, the UFO museum and, that little town out in the middle of BFE, like it said in the article, it survives, it thrives on UFO tourism, and maybe they just want to, like other places that have caught fire, just got burned out and don't seem to be rebuilt. So who knows? Maybe it's
We just had brush fires around the Lawrence Livermore lab the other day and everything, but they were able to put it out. But we have Site 300 and Sandia over there too. It's like we don't want fires over there.
Yeah.
But there's stuff everywhere. Between flash floods, fires, and a lot of it's not being reported, but when you look at the maps and you get the reports, it's like there's catastrophic weather happening like everywhere right now.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, no, this isn't, but could. And they do have, people think HAARP. There's just one HAARP in Alaska or Antarctica, whatever. No, there's 16 or 18 facilities like it all around the world, all with their stuff pointed in different areas so that the weather can be controlled at any point around the earth. And so they're able to make all this stuff happen at once, like everywhere. But this is the Zeus laser. And I looked it up just to see when it was actually fired off, to make sure it wasn't like an old test. Because the University of Michigan Zeus laser, the most powerful in the United States, commissioned October 23. Since its grand opening, they've been running user experiments. The first 2 parawatt user experiment took place in June of 2025. So this one right here is a pretty new one. And this is one where I have 2 different articles too. So let's see. I'm not exactly sure which one I was going to read from.
Yeah, Debbie, there is volcanic stuff happening all over.
Mm-hmm.
Some pretty hefty ones. We've had a few here in the States. I saw one the other day. There was one somewhere that they were saying could cause a tsunami in Hawaii.
Yeah, that was off of that was a 7-point earthquake from Russia, off the coast of Russia, and they called that off. And then there was a typhoon going from like Hong Kong to China. And then where my cousin lives in Washington, there's like this little area across from them where there's like some volcano. But this volcano doesn't spew lava. This volcano spews this cement like sludgy, muddy crap out of it.
Wow.
And his farm and all that's kind of within the distance for that stuff to go. So, we hope that doesn't go off. But U.S. fired up, fires world's most powerful laser ever, 100 times brighter than global power. Imagine harnessing power on a scale almost imaginable. A cutting-edge laser facility called Zeus at the University of Michigan. Oh, a cutting-edge laser facility called Zeus at the University of Michigan has reached a groundbreaking level of power. It generated a brief pulse of light with a power output exceeding the entire world's electricity consumption by a factor of 100. The powerful laser facility has set a new U.S. record by achieving 2 petawatts, 2 quadrillion watts of peak power, almost doubling that of its closest competitors. Interestingly, the laser's immense power lasted just a fleeting 25 quintillionths of a second. Yet, in that fleeting moment, Zeus can unlock profound scientific discoveries. And I think they're saying that's like faster than the blink of an eye. This milestone marks the beginning of experiments that move into unexpected. Oh, I thought there was a video for this, but it's people just talking about it. This milestone marks the beginning of experiments that move into unexplored territory for America high field science. Its applications are wide-ranging, including medicine, national security, material science, astrophysics, plasma science, and quantum physics. The school gym-sized zettawatt equivalent ultra-short laser pulse system Zeus operates out of the Center for Ultrafast Optical Science. BBC reported that the facility's walls are lined with 24-inch concrete shielding to contain radiation. Reportedly, the Zeus laser is the successor to the Hercules system, which had a maximum power of 300 terawatts. As a pulsed laser, Zeus fires incredibly short bursts, just a few quintillionths of a second in duration. The incredibly robust and concentrated laser energy will allow experts to explore fundamental quantum physics, mechanics, simulate cosmic events, and much more. This innovative laser approach involves a longer gas cell filled with helium. When the powerful laser pulse strikes at gas, it generates plasma, a mix of free electrons and ions. These electrons are then accelerated to incredibly high speeds by surfing the laser's wake, a method called Wakefield acceleration. Using a less dense, longer target allows these electrons to move more time to accelerate, achieving unpredicted velocities. This 2 terawatt milestone is a key milestone towards Zeus's signature experiment, which might happen later this year. This experiment will be accelerated electrons will collide head-on with laser pulses traveling in the opposite direction. The 3 terawatt laser pulse will be 1,000,000 times more powerful, effectively a zettawatt scale pulse, hence the name Zeus. And it's got a price tag of $16 million, funded by the National Science Foundation. They got people from across the country, and the goal is to generate beams comparable in energy to those from massive hundreds of meter long particle accelerators, achieving 5 to 10 times higher energy than previously possible at the Zeus facility. And then they go on to talk about wanting the technology to help treat cancer and other diseases, even at a lower power of 1 terawatt. It's hosted numerous experiments. It's designed to become the world's most powerful laser. It's expected to produce a beam 1,000,000,000,000,000 times brighter than the most intense sunlight. Damn.
So, I mean, I don't know what the process is for doing this. Like, I guess, Bill Gates and Elon Musk and all these multi-million billionaires, yeah, not even millionaires, billionaires. I guess if you have money, you can just do shit like this.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have to get a permit? Do you have to check with somebody? Because like me, if I wanted my band to go down to the end of the street and play, I'd have to get a permit or get permission or something. But if I got millions of dollars, I can just shoot this laser that's 1,000,000 times brighter than the sun up in the sky and just, I don't know, let's shoot it off and see what happens.
That's the gray area. And then we get into like in whose hands, like, okay, so they can cure cancer with this big ass laser, which we're already learning more about cancer too, and how half of the stuff they've been telling us for all these years has been bullshit, like everything else. I just see this as being used in nefarious ways also.
Yeah. And anything that is like this, I mean, the first thing a lot of people think is how can we weaponize it?
I think of Hawaii like right away.
So I don't know. Yeah, but Bill Gates has patents for hurricane. Like,
Mhm.
how do you get that?
You
You know,
just get
oh,
it.
I want to, I'm in charge of something that I can make it rain. No,
Well,
that's conspiracy. Yeah, but I want a patent for it. It's like, I'm gonna do it. So yeah, I don't
I
know.
gotta look it up because this guy might be controlling our water too.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, I don't know the process for that kind of stuff, but it seems like there's should be some sort of check guidelines. No, you can't be shooting a freaking laser up into space because you might blow the Earth up. We don't want that. Well, we don't. It's like that Hadron Collider. It's like, yeah, we're going to fire it up and we've ramped it up to 10 times what it used to be. We don't know what's going to happen. So, everybody, put your seatbelt on. This could be a doozy.
We might open a portal. We might make a wormhole
We may
or a
rip a
black
hole in the
hole.
universe. We don't
Mhm.
know. We're going to give it a shot. It's highly undoubtedly that'll happen, but it is a possibility. It's like,
Yeah,
really? Really?
that's
I
the
don't
thing. You don't know if it might happen.
I don't want to see a portal open and giant dragons come flying out of the sky at me.
Shit, like this big ass T Rex head comes.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, Bill Gates, man, he is not one of my favorite people what at all whatsoever.
No,
I think he should be shot with a rocket. Oh, did I say that? Blown into a zillion pieces. I didn't
I
even
want
want
to put him on the flinger that flings the satellites up into space. How they made that flinger thing with that big arm. Put him in like a
catapult.
like he's a lazy boy and just centrifugal force or however you say it, and then he just
Yeah,
flies out into space. He can fend for himself up there.
exactly.
We can aim him towards, stuff they probably already have going on up there.
Yeah. So yeah, like I always say, I always watch the volcanoes. We're talking about earthquakes and volcanoes and this and that. I always watch the ones in Hawaii. Not doing a whole lot right now, although they did have a big eruption Sunday. But man, check this out. This is from a previous eruption.
Yeah, Debbie, Yellowstone is a trip.
Come on, play. You can do it, can't you?
Come on,
There
come
you
on.
go. Oh, got to turn that music off because But look at that. They're saying that's over 1,000 feet in the sky.
That looks like a flamethrower, man.
I mean, that's just like insane. That's lava going 1,000 feet in the air.
Oh my God.
That would like totally mess some stuff up. Yeah.
Like, how is that shit even real, man?
Yeah, that's pretty intense. That's a lot of hot mess going on right there. That's what my butt felt like a week and a half ago. It's probably.
Oh dear.
But yeah, man, that's crazy.
Was it those peppers?
No. I don't know what.
Your tummy was sick.
Yeah, I don't know what got a hold of me, man, but it like to kilt me.
It kills you.
It like to kilt me. It was a rough week. So speaking of kilting, there's this guy. This one isn't paranormal. It isn't weird weather. It's just weird. Yep. Man in Thailand dies after consuming nothing but beer for over a month. I'm no scientist. I'm no doctor, but that's probably not a good idea. Just, common sense wise. Just, even if it was water, just don't drink water for nothing but a month. It's probably not going to. Overindulgence, people. If you drink beer and nothing else for a month,
Love.
it might kill you.
Love.
Yep.
Love, come out. What are you doing?
Say what?
The cat just made like this really crazy noise. Anyway.
I thought you were calling me. I'm like, huh? I'm right here.
Oh, love.
So yeah, this says the man had seemingly fallen on hard times and was eventually found surrounded by empty beer bottles. The unfortunate situation came to light when rescue workers were called to a property in the Ban Chang district of Rayong, where 44-year-old man identified as, I'm not even going to try to say this guy's name because it's that long. Thaw. We'll just call him Thaw. He had been discovered by his 16-year-old son having a seizure in his bedroom. When rescuers arrived, they found him unresponsive and surrounded by over 100 empty beer bottles that had been arranged on the floor with a narrow path open between them. According to his son, the man had refused to eat anything, even when meals were prepared for him, and had instead just been consuming nothing but beer for the last month or more. Sadly, there's nothing rescue workers could do to save his life. It is thought that a recent divorce was responsible for the man's descent into alcoholic-fueled oblivion. Wow. According to nutritionists, while beer does contain calories, it's not enough on its own to sustain someone over an extended period, and also comes with the risk of nutrient deficiency, alcohol poisoning, and liver damage. Suffice to say, trying to live off beer and nothing else will be a recipe for disaster. It's not funny, but I mean, come on, man. I guess if you just want to drink yourself into an alcohol-infused oblivion, I don't like beer enough to drink that many beers. Not that I drink anymore at all anyways, but yeah, I wouldn't have made it through a month of nothing but beers. Because like 2 or 3, and I'm like, Tipsy MacGyver. Yeah, Jack Daniels would be a better route, in my opinion. I used to like rum and whiskey. But hey, pick your poison, so they say.
Yeah.
Nothing but beer for over a month, though. Yeah. Yeah, I'm a lightweight, too.
I think of one more. The bee? Is it a bee?
Yep.
At first I thought I did that one. I forgot it was a different bee.
The bee's knees.
The bee's knees.
Birds and the bees. Share screen. Come on, you can do it. Window. Boom, bada bing. Share. Go for it. There it is.
You guys can hear the cats eating their food. That's them eating wet cat food. Nothing inappropriate going on. They sound like little. Boo, don't rattle the bowl, please. They'll have to have their little spot. Okay. I forgot to feed them before the show. That was the one thing I did not do on time. That top picture, that's not really how it's going to look with like a chip on the back of it. And I think I did the one with the dragonflies.
Yeah.
So this one.
Is there bees in here?
I don't know. As long as they're not freaking flies.
Oh, jeez.
Oh my God. You should see the haul I got yesterday, but there's none today, so.
I thought I had a lot of flies here, but yeah, dude, you way surpassed me.
Oh my God.
I was like, holy hell, we got a lot of flies. And then I saw pictures from you and I was like, geez, not that many.
And then there was big old horse flies flying around in there. The Amityville horsefly nightmare in here from. I was reading something about bees too. Like one thing about bees is like a bee knows when he's going to die and he doesn't want to burden the rest of the hive with having to clean him up and get him out. So like if you see a bee sleeping on a leaf or something at night outside the hive, it's because he's, hoping maybe see the sunrise one last day. He knows he's going to croak and don't want to leave it up to them. I saw another one where bees will get drunk off too much nectar or something, worker bees, and then the bees that are in charge of them will actually break their legs for getting drunk on the job.
Yeah.
I mean, the behavior of these things are crazy. Worker bees can carry nectar sacs weighing about 80% of their body mass for 3 miles without resting. So they have no problem carrying a 74 milligram brain controller developed by China. That's screwed up. Maybe they're strapping it on. By Chinese researchers. The ultralight device can be strapped to the bee's back and connected to its brain via 3 tiny needles, allowing humans to control the movements of the insect. The controller uses low-intensity electric input the insect's movements. This is screwed up, man. Making it turn left, turn right, advance, or turn back, depending on the situation. According to Professor, in the tests performed by his team so far, the bees obeyed their commands 9 times out of 10. Well, do they really have a choice?
Yeah, really.
God, they're just strapping shit to living things, man. I guess that's why it's a cyber-based robots inherit the superior mobility, camouflage capabilities, and environmental adaptability of their biological hosts, he wrote in a paper peer-reviewed last month. I thought they're going to be making fake bees or dead bees, like they made fake dragonflies, like they made taxidermied pigeons. And I got that picture off of something else, not this article, with a thing on its back. They just showed the regular bee at the bottom. But they're using real live bees. Compared to synthetic alternatives, they demonstrate enhanced stealth and extended operational endurance, making them invaluable for covert recon in scenarios such as urban combat, counterterrorism, and narcotics interdiction, as well as critical disaster relief operations. The world's lightest insect controller, him and his team printed circuits on polymer film as light and flexible as an insect's wings that still allowed a large number of chips to be mounted on. However, despite their recent success, scientists still have a lot of hurdles to overcome. For now, the bees still have to be wired to big enough battery weighs and at a hefty 600 milligrams, way more than the insects can carry, and in some cases, their legs and bellies refuse commands. Trying to read this under a black bar. In future research, precision and repeating insect behavior control will be enhanced by optimizing stimulation signals and control techniques, Chinese researchers wrote. Concurrently expanding functional modules of the control backpack will improve environmental perception capabilities of insect base, advancing their deployment in complex operational settings such as recon and detection missions. So yeah, you're using the little bees.
I don't think that's a good idea either.
No, I don't think so.
Just saying.
That just made me think of something else, and now I can't remember. It had to do with, I don't know, another insect type thing. There's a lot of playing God going. It's like all of a sudden, moral turpitude is like gone, and everybody, well, not everybody, but everybody's like, oh yeah, it's open season on, playing Frankenstein and like the mushroom, like, putting the mushrooms on the brains of the other things. Oh, another man just got one of Elon's brain chips put into him. I think it was like voluntarily because he had something wrong.
Yeah, I don't know. Is that a good thing, or is that
I don't know.
I see the logic and I see the reasoning and even the beneficial stuff from doing something like that, especially if it's somebody that, whatever, they got Parkinson's, muscular dystrophy, whatever, and they get this neurochip put in and it fixes them. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
That's pretty good.
that's what
But
these things are supposed to be for.
at the same time, You know, there's the opposite side that's like, oh, he's got the neuro chip wired in now, so let's go ahead and put an order in for 500,000 of those, and let's build an army, an army of robotic humanoids that we can control their every move, you know? So, yeah.
Yeah, where they hack him. Ooh, like the guy in the Tesla that could not get out, was on fire, and he was locked in and burned to death inside. I'm like, this is why. That's my worst nightmare. This is why I don't want to be stuck in one of these things. He couldn't get out.
Yeah. You know, I think about that all the time. Like, you know, you get in your car, you hit a button, all the doors lock, you know, you got a button, all the windows are up. It's like, what if that stuff just quit working? Thank God it usually works most all the time. But what happens if you need to get out of the car and it doesn't work? You better
I
hope you
mean,
got something in the car to break a window with, you know?
I do over my but like when you fall into water, you can't open a door, this and that. That's why whenever I go over the bridge or anything like that, I always have my windows down.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
Just crazy stuff going on all over the place, and a lot of these experiments are, being put to the test, and there's going to be successes, and there's going to be a lot of back to the drawing boards. If people sign up for it, that's cool. I'm just not like cool on people who don't have any say in it, that
Yeah.
are getting experimented on. Kind of like,
Yeah. I mean, I guess if you're like, if you're on the way out, you got some whatever wrong with you, and you just say, hey, throw it in me. Let's see what happens. You know, I'm going to die anyway. So, hey, if this gives me life,
yeah,
I mean, let's try
yeah.
it.
If
If it'll
that's
help
something you want to do,
save
go
somebody
for it.
else. Yeah. I don't know. It's weird. I just watched a video the other day. Gary's comment. They'll be selling brain chips in 20 years like boner pills in the gas station.
Uh,
Get your wiener upgrade and your chips only
he's not
19.99.
wrong.
Yeah. No. No. But yeah, I watched the video the other day. It's on YouTube. It's like we spent, I don't know, we spent a week with the top 5 female robots. Here's the one, and yeah, and there's 5 of them that they go through. They show them all, and they're pretty impressive. A couple of them, like the one that they chose, wasn't rated the highest for intimacy, but it was rated high for conversation and like being the most human like. And then there was others that just looked good, and they had the adult packs on them. I guess you could call it, without getting flagged on one of these things. But yeah, weird, man. I don't know. And they were giving reasons why. Somebody, they were talking like, and I believe it. They were talking like, in the next 10 years, this is going to be normal. People are going to have them for companionship, or, like a maid or a butler, or, a house. I mean, like I got the little robotic vacuum cleaner. Who knows? 10 years from now, I may have the robotic girl in there vacuuming. Seems
You'll
to
have
make
a
more sense.
Rosie.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, yeah, it's like they're saying in the next, 10 years, it's everybody's going to have them. Everybody will. But, I don't know. There's a lot of people that, especially older people, that need help around the house and they're by themselves. And, if you could always hire somebody, but you go with them, you know, I'm sick, I can't come in this week, whatever. It's like, well, shit, I need my medicine or I need this, you got to depend on somebody else. Maybe a robot is the way to go until it
Maybe.
turns your neck and puts you out with the trash. But yeah, I saw one today that it said this new AI robot changes its own battery. It's like, oh, my
That means
power
it
is
can
getting
probably
low.
update itself and everything too.
Yeah, I mean, if it knows that its battery source is getting low and it can change its own battery, what else can it change?
Well, doesn't Rumba, like when it knows it's getting low, like automatically go back to the charging base? I don't
Yeah,
have one, but
yeah, it does.
well,
Half the
that's
time,
kind of the same idea, right?
yeah, half the time it goes back and doesn't like connect itself properly, and then it sits there and yells at you. I need help. I need help. Not charging. Not in the charging bay.
Does it really say that?
No, well, it says not that, but it says something
Like
like that.
beep? It actually talks?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Hell no. I don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
The one on my Sims just beeps and makes a bunch of robot noises and catches on fire.
Wow. Hopefully this one doesn't catch on fire. That would suck.
Because my Sim never changes the garbage bag.
Roomba's going around the house on fire, just setting everything in the house on fire as it goes.
Kind of like when they used to roll through dog shit.
Yeah.
And then you come home and there's tire tracks of dog shit all over the place.
Wow. Yeah.
That happened to people.
Yeah. Robo doo doo. Hmm. Yep. I watched
Yep.
the movie. Watched the movie the other day. I can't remember the name of it, but it was about that. That it's called, I think it's called Humans. Anybody seen that?
No.
Yeah, it's in the day and age where, you go out and what did they call them? They didn't call them robots. They called them what the hell was the name that they used? Like synthetic, not synthetics. They called them something. But yeah, they were human looking, like hard to tell them apart from a human, other than all the robots had green eyes. So a couple of them, like 4 or 5 of them, had been hacked, and they had been given like human emotions and stuff. And like the one, she was working in like a cat house or whatever, and she finally just got tired of being screwed every day, and she got a pair of
Like
contacts.
literally.
She puts them in her eyes, and so she doesn't have the bright green eyes that all the other synths have, and she escapes. And yeah, it was a pretty weird movie. She Another one ends up being bought. A guy, like, his wife is always working, always working. They got a couple of kids, and she's like never at home. She's always at work. So he goes out and buys this robot girl. And, she comes home and she's taking care of the kids and cooking dinner and this and that. And his wife comes home and she's been out of shape. And she's like, what do you get? Something? You get a robot to replace me? And he's like, no, I got her to help you, and to help us around the house. And she's like doing the laundry, cooking, like making this great meals and all kinds of stuff. And yeah, he ends up screwing her, which his wife didn't really take that very well. He's like, it didn't mean anything. It was just a machine.
That's just, oh my goodness.
But it was actually kind of an okay movie, as demented as it was. There's a lot of weird movies on Prime.
Yeah, there is.
You start looking like in the horror section. I watched one a week or two ago. It was like one of the most disturbing movies I think I've ever seen. Bloody, gory guts. Like one point, there was a guy in the bathtub, completely naked, hacking up a body with knives and stuff. Just like, the hell am I watching? That's what happens when you're unsupervised with the flipper in your hand on a boring day.
The flipper or the clicker?
The clicker, flipper, clicker.
It's the flipper. We have like 15 minutes. If anybody wants cards, we could do Debbie's oracles. Want to do that? Since we haven't in a while.
Talking to me?
Yeah.
Talking to me?
I'm talking to you. If you guys want a card, put up a yes or a thumbs up.
Looking for my Debbie deck.
Your Debbie deck.
Debbie deck. In front of me.
Hmm?
I got vibrational energy. There she blows.
There she blows.
Sexual magic tarot cards.
I do cards. So we've got the Flipper Dipper, Gary, Heather, Deborah.
Weirdo McGee. That's me.
All right. And then Heather. Yeah, we got Heather. Zariata. Okay. Do you want to start?
Sure.
You can
actually have my glasses. I got my glasses and my shoes. Stepping on kids.
You can start with Gary if you'd like. Oh, baby. Oh, boot. You poor little babies.
Boom, it's that card that just sticks out by itself.
I love those. What kind of cards do you do at home, Gary?
It is the what the hell happened to my screen up here? What is going on? I didn't know there was a print feature in this thing. What the heck?
Print?
Yeah, I don't know where that came from. Had you and me up there and it wanted to print. Open this card. The Debbie. Wow.
No, this is for Gary.
It's the Debbie deck.
Oh.
It's cool though when you just grab the book and open it to the right page for the card that you pulled. So it says the more expansive you are in your world, the more comfortable you feel. Open new windows and doors and keep opening them until you feel the vibration that sings to you. Don't let others close in the walls around you because it suits them. This is your journey, so unlock and unbolt everything that makes you feel trapped. Begin to accept the open expanse.
And then I have Heather. And then you will have Deborah. And then I'll have Azurion, and that's everybody. Okay. Miss Heather, you got the skilled craftsman. Oh, play poker. I gotcha. Before any new skill is accomplished, there is a time of learning where knowledge is shared and discovered. The apprentice that works hard in honing and perfecting all facets of his trade will be in harmony with the vibration of the success of the skilled craftsman. Don't be too hasty to be the expert, because the journey will forever offer new knowledge and learning for you. So if you're working on any projects or anything, being a craftsman.
Gary said I look like Harry Potter after 3 divorces with those other glasses. So I have another pair here.
After 3 divorces? That's like really specific.
Whoa! Escape card. That's the one you're getting.
Is that a popper?
Yeah, that literally popped all the way to the floor. And it is, let's see what card it is. It's the release card. Ooh. And it says, it is that time when you need to release the toxins in your body and mind. Give yourself permission to heal yourself holistically, mind, body, and soul. Feel yourself letting go of the old patterns that no longer serve you. Be happy to accept the new you that will be the transformation of the vibration of release. Once again, there it is, the release card, upside down.
One popped out for Zariana. And you got the blessings card. I'll send that to you also. So blessings. The beauty of receiving and giving blessings is heaven sent. The light essence vibration of unconditional love and healing to the mind and body on a cellular level is liberating and energizing. Languish the universal forces of all that has happened in the past is history. Oh, languish in the universal forces of all that has happened in the past is history. Be ready and open to receive, as well as giving blessings from all around you. And I kind of wanted to do redo Heather's because I wasn't sure, and there was like one stuck behind, and I kind of didn't feel like it was her card when I pulled it out. So I might want to like redo her card real quick after I take a picture of this one. I don't think anybody else wants one. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna do another one for Heather because I wasn't feeling that one. If you don't mind. Wild and Free Wind Sprite. This will be hard to see on here. I'll send it to you again though. See, it's like in the wind. Wild and Free Wind Sprite. The wind sprite is an unrestrained creature who can sometimes be responsible for causing havoc and mayhem. In its true essence, it just wants to be wild and free, just as you do. The core soul vibration of your spirit is lacking the joy and independent freedom which it so rightly possesses and acknowledges, regardless of what others say. Are you a wild and free spirit?
I try to be.
And sometimes people try to hold you back.
I got a popper here. You want it for you?
Yeah.
Let's see what it is. It's a popper. Ooh. It's the perfect storm. Is that good or is that bad?
I don't know.
It says, wow, that's truly bizarre. The page that it's on just came out of the book.
What?
Seriously, look at that. Okay, it says the fact that it is perfect would indicate that timing is exactly as it should be in your life. After any storm, the Earth's vibration seems clearer and more focused. Thus making it easier to make decisions surrounding a situation. The timing for this card is perfect for what you're about to face and conquer. Still trying to wonder why the page came out of the book.
Wait, which one is it again?
Perfect storm.
Perfect Storm.
Looks like that.
Oh.
It's got a black crow on it. Lady's face up there.
Right, thanks, Zariana. Okay, I'm gonna do one for you. You got blessings also.
I could use some blessings.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. And I shuffled that. Pretty good.
You have no idea. I mean, this is hard. You have no idea.
Stop it.
You have no idea. I mean, this is hardly information that we should even.
I haven't looked to see if anybody else popped on. 1A1. I'm gonna have to read mine again real quick.
Cool. Yeah, I could use some blessings. I gotta go. I gotta go help my dad. Anybody know what movie?
How come the perfect storm isn't in the book?
It's not. Maybe you're.
No, I don't.
Maybe.
I don't have a page for it.
Seriously?
The F word, the triangle, element
Do you
OP,
have it? Are we doing the same deck? I'm doing.
Oracle cards,
I'm doing. Where the hell's the?
vibrational energy oracle.
Yeah. Does it look like that? And yours doesn't have that card in it.
66, 67,
This is page.
68,
This is
69,
page 50,
70, 71. Oh, page 50.
54.
Oh. Oh, perfect. I was looking up the perfect.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, that does flow with some stuff.
Gary says he'll take it out.
I'll take it. The Batman it did, huh? You want another one, Gary? Let's see. Alright.
Hello.
That means the cat's medicine.
Time for your medicine.
F, the F word. That's the one I just read a second. The F word, Gary. What do we think this F word is? I might have got distracted from. The F word is whatever you see it as at this time. No excuses. Fixated, frustrated, fasting, food, forgetful, fat, foreplay, frightened, fanatical, forgotten, fugitive, forgetful. You know what your word is at this moment, so stop fighting it. Take your F word and shout it out to the universal vibration. Oh, shout it out. So the universal vibration is released into the cosmos. And move forward with a new word that will create the magnificent flow you desire. So I guess whatever you're feeling right now that starts with an F, your favorite word, go shout it from the mountaintop.
Got any French fried potatoes in there?
Uh-huh.
Reckon I ain't got no reason to kill nobody. I like the way you talk.
Yeah.
Coffee makes me nervous. All right, then.
I.
Well, cool. That about finishes us up. Another
It finishes us.
So yeah, I'm gonna have to play it by ear next week. I got to go in and have another. They're gonna go in,
Oh,
tinker with my pump station and poke it around a bit. So I'll see how I'm feeling next week,
that's right. That's on Wednesday
Monday. So I should be good.
or Monday.
I hope I'm good because I got a gig I got to play Friday. So we'll see. They're gonna,
But that's the actual. That's the procedure,
yeah.
right?
So the last time I had it done, it didn't take me too long. It didn't knock me on my ass too bad. But my cousin just had it done, and he said, "Man, it was worse than having a heart attack, dude. Shit like to killed me." So I'm hoping I don't get that version of it.
Yeah, because I seen they had like a few different kinds of versions.
Yeah.
one like didn't seem as invasive, like where I think it was like a laser or something that goes through and then makes nicks or scars or something on it.
Yeah, they go in through my groin. Yay!
No. That's the one I don't want you to
Uh,
do. That's not the one with lasers,
that's
is
the one
it?
I'm doing. Yeah, they go in through your groin and up to your heart, and then yeah, they're gonna cauterize like lasers, zap a few places in my heart to try to get my heart back to sinus rhythm because it's still beating like a drunken wombat on a sabbatical. I was all stoked.
They give you
I was really stoked the other night. I checked it, with my watch, and I looked at it, and it was like sinus rhythm, and it was like 73 beats per minute. I was like, yes, because it's been 3 months of AFib, just anywhere from 70 to 100 beats per minute, and just wacky as hell. So I was like, yes. Right before I got to go in and have this done, my heart's going to go back to sinus rhythm. And I checked it like 10 minutes later, and it was back to AFib again. uh, so I ain't getting out of it, I suppose. I was looking forward to it. I was looking forward to getting it done because I want to feel normal again and be able to do normal activities again without being tired. But I gotta
Yeah.
say, now that it's only a few days away, I'm kind of nervous as a long-tailed cat in a rocking chair factory. More nervous than a dog shitting pine cones. Yeah.
Because it's one thing when you're making your appointment, like, yeah, okay, it's how many, where, okay, sure. And then it's like it gets closer and you think about what it all
Yeah.
entails. But you got this. And it's just one more step to you
It's always fun.
getting better and having the freedom that you need.
Yeah. No, I'm kind of looking forward to. I hope it fixes the problem.
Yeah. You just want to get the bullshit out of the way and the healing out of the way.
Hearing my
But
cousin, man, he's he had it done just like, I don't know, a month ago, and I was like, "How are you feeling?" He's like, "Dude, I feel worse now than I did before I went in." Took him like a week and a half to like recoup from it to where he could just like get in the car and go to the store and stuff. And so then the other day we were supposed to go fishing, and I'm like, "Where the hell is he at?" And I texting him and I call him, and he's like, "Dude, I'm back in the freaking hospital again."
what kind of personality is he? Someone that like heals fast? Is he like someone that maybe doesn't, is kind of like him ha and might heal slower because he's not as positive about it, or you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, he's pretty. I don't know. It's hit and miss. Some days he'll make a post like, "Why am I still alive?" Because he's had like several heart attacks. He's like, "I don't know why I'm still here." But then other days, he's like super positive, and so I don't know. But yeah, he heals pretty good because, like I say, he's had several open heart surgeries and stuff. He's had more than I just had one big one. He's had like several. So I don't know. But yeah, hopefully it won't be a big deal. I'll be in and out of there pretty quick.
you will be.
They won't make me sleep in Satan's cradle again.
Nah.
Always starts off good when you go in there that morning and then you have like several strange nurses like shaving your groin. It's always fun.
You're going to do just as good as you always do with these type of things, and you're going to heal fast like you do.
I didn't know it was going to be this kind
You
of party.
got this.
I'd have stuck my dick in the mashed potatoes. What movie? 2 movies out there. Anyways. Yeah, it's after 2. It's 2:07.
Yeah, I got to get these kitty cats their thyroid medication.
So cool. Maybe we'll see you here on Weird Wednesday next week. Maybe we won't. Other than that, I'm out of here. And get your plastic bag of Zoom worms and go fishing.
Are you gonna get sponsored? You get sponsored on the fishing line and your rubbers.
Yeah, I need some
like
new rubber.
Happy Madison.
Yep. I do. Yeah, I did. I did get a. Where's it at? Oh, right here. It's my newest review that I just put up. This little action camera.
Oh yeah.
It's like a GoPro. It's called an Ice Fox. What? I got a Osmo Action 3 that was like $350. This sells for $69. And it's not as good as this one, but it's damn close. So for the price, you know. There you go. There you have it. I'm out of here. Jamie's out of here. We'll see y'all next time on Weird Wednesday.